You know, when I think about submitting anything comedic to any kind of contest or festival, the question is always begged, what makes it funny? I'm Oliver Ricketts, often AKA'd as Oliver the Ricketts, and these are some short films that I made about 7 to 8 years ago. They're all very short and a little rough around the edges, but I think that they help me explore an element of comedy that I think is often ignored: niche surrealism, which is a big part of my sense of humor that we don't always see on film. You know, we have things like Tim and Eric, of course, and fleeting moments of famous comedies will revert to this total nonsensical style, but it's my full style. That's how I like to make films. I think the best elements of humor are when humor can be A, nonsensical about something serious, B, serious about something that's nonsensical, or C, completely outlandish. And I think they all show different pieces on a spectrum. The first one I'm going to show being the most accessible and the lowest on the spectrum, then something in the middle, and then something all the way on the other end. The first one that I want to show, the first sketch, is called JJ's Picture Palooza, and it's very niche. It's based entirely around point-and-click flash games of the early 2000s. I'm talking about Freddy Fish, Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. This is JJ's Picture Palooza, which I made 8 years ago with a good friend of mine.
Gonna hang up my picture, gonna hang up my picture, just need some tape. Oh, hello. Hi. Didn't see you there. I saw you. You know where I can find some tape? Yeah, right over there. Thanks. Thanks! Think you could use this tape to put up my picture?
Hit the yes button! Hit the yes button!
Now it's time to pick which picture we should hang up. Do we hang up Hollywood actor Justin Long, or the picture I spent my time and money drawing? You decide. No, you don't understand. This is Hollywood actor Justin Long. This is the picture I drew. This is the one you should hang up. Now, let's try that again. Which one do you want to hang up? Okay. Well, that was fun, wasn't it? What do you want to do next? What are you doing with the window? Oh, you want me to go out the window? That's a pretty steep drop. I don't think you could do that in this game. Okay, here goes. It's a pretty big drop. Oh, now look what you've done. We're unloaded game space. I'd say you lose, but I don't even know what this means. I don't know what to do. What's happening now? You've done it. Oh, look what you've done. Look what you've done. I don't think there's a way out. Am I stuck here forever? For all eternity. Thanks for playing. See you next time.
That's a sketch that I made about probably 7 years ago now. If JJ's Picture Palooza is on one end of the niche content surreal humor spectrum, I want to jump into the middle where sometimes being totally nonsensical is where the humor comes from. I was working at a day camp when I produced this particular sketch. It's called Today's Theme is Horses, and it was really based around that the day camp had different themes for the kids every day, which is fine. Of course, that's something that you have to do when your audience is children and to engage them. It was kind of a funny idea to me to see how the world would work based on that metric and that system. So Today's Theme is Horses is taking that concept and applying it to real life and how you would get the message out. Definitely one of the stranger concepts that I've done. So without further ado, here is Today's Theme is Horses.
Hi, I'm Mr. Jeremy Kessler. You may recognize me from my roles in the Oliver the Ricketts Christmas Spectacular 15. Why does it have to be Baby Jesus? Why can't it be, like, Cool Jesus? Or the Oliver the Ricketts Christmas Spectacular 2014?
Wow, I got the sock. I got the sock.
Sock, all right. Oh, we got the Christmas sock.
Or my starring role, Man in the Sky. Today I come to you with a very important message, brought to you by my sponsor and drink of choice, Appelé Juice by Motes. Exquisite. You can really taste the Appelés. Now what I really want to talk about is... Now that's a bad idea. What I really wanted to talk about was that, although yesterday's theme was cows and you all did a fantastic job, really I applaud you. Today's theme is horses. And most importantly, what you need to know is that tomorrow's theme is going to be spiders. With me here today is a special guest, Renee the horse. Now she embodies, is that a word?
I think so.
She embodies everything that today's theme is all about. Horses. As, of course, she is a horse, Renee. It's a whole joke. Now tomorrow, this kind of thing, this kind of behavior, this being, this will be wholly inappropriate. Tomorrow's theme is spiders.
Not horses.
Now horses will have their day, mainly today, as that is the theme for the day, as yesterday cows had their day, because that was the theme. And tomorrow, it will be spiders. Now recently, we've hit the streets to see just exactly how many people knew the themes for the days. 6 people knew the themes. How many did we ask? 7. When that guy, when I knew that he didn't know the themes, that's when I knew that I had to make a public service announcement. If you'll excuse me a moment, I'm receiving a call from my wife of 30 years, happily married. Yes, hello, honey? Yes, I love you too. Are you wearing your appropriate horse garb for the day? What do you mean? Yes, cows were yesterday. I can't believe this. I want a divorce. Hold on, I'm getting another call. No, Mr. President, you hold on. I am in the middle of something important here. I am telling everybody about the theme for the day. I'm pulling my weight. What do you think you're doing? Have you told anybody today? What do you mean you told everybody you could? You could tell the whole country if you wanted to. What the f*** do you think they made the emergency alert system for? So that the president could speak to the whole country in the state of an emergency, and if people don't know what the f*** the theme is today or tomorrow, I'd call that a pretty big emergency. I've decided I've written you all a song. I call it, today's theme is horses and tomorrow's is spiders. Based on true events. Here goes. Today's theme is horses and tomorrow is spiders. Yesterday was cows, but that doesn't matter. That's over. Tomorrow is spiders. Tomorrow is spiders.
So that was Today's Theme is Horses, which I also made probably around 7 or 8 years ago. It doesn't matter if something is based in logic. If I can show my product to somebody and get a real reaction out of them, that's what filmmaking is and that's what it's about. Which is why I saved my favorite sketch for last. To this day, producing content for the better part of 2 decades, I would say that this is probably the most divisive thing I've ever made, and it's called the top 5 numbers that are not the number 5. The inspiration for this video really came about when Watch Mojo was first becoming very popular, and other channels like Looper and daily lists were popping up all over YouTube. They started with very legit lists, counting down things like top 10 TV shows of all time, top 10 superheroes. And then as the years went on and they were producing, north of 20 videos a day, you'd see strange topics pop up like top 10 celebrity staircases, top 5 pandemics, top 5 sicknesses, strange stuff that nobody would ever make a top 10 list about. And that's in conjunction with a very late night discussion I had with my friend, and we've all had those discussions where it devolves into something that you'll never remember later. In this case, this discussion was about a cop show where all of the police were cartoon numbers. And I took these 2 ideas and combined them. And the reaction that I get from this video is always people telling me that it's absolutely genius, or they got the joke in 2 seconds and don't know why it's so long. And there's never any in between. People hate it or they love it. Top 5 numbers that are not the number 5 is a joke played out to its most extreme conclusion for as long as it can possibly go. So without further ado, here is possibly my magnum opus, the top 5 numbers that are not the number 5 by WatchJojo.com.
Welcome to WatchJojo.com. I'm Joe. You're here to watch me make lists with my friend Joe.
I'm also Joe, so you're watching Joe and Joe.
Watch Joe.
Watch Jojo.
Joe. We make lists. Joe.
Today on WatchJojo.com, we're talking about numbers. Number 5 specifically, because today's list is the top 5 numbers that are not number 5. Any number can be on the list except number 5, which of course will have its own list. So if you're looking for the list of numbers that are 5, that's a whole separate list entirely.
What's the deal with the number 5? Not 3, it's not 4, and it certainly ain't 6.
Starting out the list at number 5 is number 5. Now I know we said there are going to be some numbers that aren't allowed, one of them being 5. But, oh man, I just love 5 so much, it's such a great number, I had to make a little exception right here.
Turning into a loose cannon 5, I want you off this case.
But Chief, 9 was my partner, I gotta find out what happened to him.
Give me one good reason why I should give you another chance.
Chief, you're just not feeling the 5 jive.
Alright, going down the list to number 4 is the number 5. That's right, 5 makes an appearance on the list for being the only number ever to receive an exception on one of our lists. Nice going, 5 for that. You're number 4 on the list of numbers that are not 5.
Good job on catching 7, 5.
Well, it's the least I could have done for my fallen partner.
How did you know it was 7 the whole time?
Why was 6 afraid of 7?
Why?
Because 7, 8, 9.
Number 3. Number 5. One time when I was little, I fed 5 animal crackers to 5 different animals, and 3 of them died. So forever, the numbers 5 and 3 go together in my mind, so I had to put number 3.
It's Saturday night
5
with
5
Coming in number 2 is, again, you guessed it, it's not 4, it's not 6, it's 5. Why? Because we got 2 hands and they both got 5 fingers. 5 and 2 go together like red and blue.
And Holmes, it's the cops. Oh, we gotta get away fast.
5, there are a couple degenerates driving down the highway.
Well, I guess it's time for 5 to drive.
Now, before we kick off the list with number 1, we're gonna go over some honorable mentions, starting with number 5. Being the number that's not allowed on the list, we can't put it on. But I just love this number so much, I had to give it an honorable mention.
And finishing on this at number 1 is, of course, number 5. Why? Because that's exactly how many minutes long this video is.
Fight for you. You give me a time and a place. I give you a 5-minute window. Anything happens in that 5 minutes and I'm yours, no matter what. I don't sit in while you're running it down. I don't carry a gun. 5.
And that finishes on this top 5 list of top 5 numbers that are in 5. For more videos, make sure you subscribe. We do top 5 top 5s every day. And every 5 days, we do an extra 5.
For a list on Joe's, you can click right here for the top 5 names that are Joe.
It's got my name on it, and 4 others, but I won't spoil what those are, so you gotta click the link for the top 5 names that are Joe. I'm Joe, the Joe's host, and this is my friend Joe. Subscribe for more 5 Joe videos.
Get more Joes, but they're those Joes.
Joe, 5.
Before signing off, I want to thank you for watching those 3 very strange short films, and I hope that you laughed at some point. I want to give a big thank you to everybody at ANProductions for doing this. I think it's absolutely awesome, and I can't wait to see some other films. I'm Oliver Ricketts, and you can definitely find all of my films on YouTube, mainly by looking up Oliver the Ricketts. Thank you so much for having me. That's been my time. Sayonara.